here with Fae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in to another soap making adventure. Hoping this one goes smoothly. The last few soaps that I've made, I've just kind of struggled a little bit, but I think we're gonna be okay with this one. I've thought about it, and this one actually kept me up at night. I keep changing my mind on how I want this soap to look. So I just added in my goat milk solution in there, just like powdered goat milk and some water. I also have some kaolin clay in here. I'm gonna mix that in so that it's not like sinking to the bottom and like stuck and all incorporated. And then I have my lye solution here that has Tessa silk and sodium lactate, and then I'll pour that in and mix it up. And I watch too many kids cartoons because I now have Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse's Mixed Up Adventures theme song stuck in my head. Like, I don't know any other songs, just kid songs. That's it. Bluey, Paw Patrol. I got them all. Alright, let's get going here. Alright, that's all mixed up, and not too much because I want to do a sculpted layer on the bottom of this soap, so I didn't mix it up too much. Mix it up, Mickey. I'm ruined for life. I can't say mix it up anymore. It would help if I tell you what I'm doing with the soap. I want neons. I want neons and I want citrus. I want bright and fun, because it is just dull and winter right now, and we need to mix it up a little bit. We need some fresh fun and fruit going on here. It is currently, well, it's not anymore, but it snowed. We got quite a bit of snow. Now I say quite a bit, like 3 inches, but that's the most we've gotten so far this winter, and it's enough for me. I'm over cold. I don't like it. I don't even want to take bash out in it. Like, I hate cold. I hate snow, and I got chickens that I need to tend to, and that is enough for me. Like, I don't mind taking care of the chickens, but I don't want to go out in a 20-degree weather and wind chill and playing chickapoo. Alright, so I've already pre-mixed these neons because that works best. In this one is Full Throttle by Nurture Soap. The green one is called Force of Nature, and then the orange one is like, I had a bunch of different sample packets of neons that I just mixed together, so it'll be interesting to see what that turns out like. But let me scrape out my big bucket. So I'm going to set the big bowls off to the side, and I'm going to start with this green. And this is going to be a sculpted layer on the bottom. Look at that. Nice, vibrant, fun green. I'm loving these lively colors right now. It just makes me wish it was summer. And then I complain about how hot it was. Okay, let's add the fragrance. It is Crafter's Choice, Bergamot, and Mandarin. And I got from Wholesale Supplies Plus. This is exactly what it is, just bergamot and mandarin, and it has like this sparkly note to it. It's very effervescent smelling. Get that mixed in. And then I'm gonna get my molds, pour this bottom layer in, let it set up, and then I have a little sculpting cake cone. I think I'm gonna use this end. Or this end. Yeah, like I said, I can't decide how I want this soap to look. I've mixed up these layers in my head a dozen times. Like, do I want the sculpted layer to be the orange, or do I want it to be the yellow? And yeah, it's just, it just keeps changing. I managed to get the sculpted layers sorted out. I really don't like doing them. I don't know. They're not easy, they stress me out. But luckily this soap batter has been very forgiving. This fragrance is very well behaved, and I'm just gonna continue on with my design now. I'm gonna mix up my yellow and I'm gonna mix up my orange. I have some green soapy shreds that I think I'm gonna throw into the yellow. You can see why I'm having so much trouble with this, and I can't decide in what order and what colors go with what on the soap. I'm all over the place. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put the I'm gonna put the green and yellow. It's typical Tierra style. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna go back into the big pot. Woo! For in the pot swirl. Scrape those out and give this a little twirl. It's amazing, this is still fluid. That's such a great fragrance, it really is. Because sometimes neons like accelerate the trace of your batter and it can get pretty thick. And this is just like a really awesome fragrance. So, going on top of this soap, I had a little bit of that green from the layer that I had scraped off the bottom, and you know, waste not, want not. We're gonna do some dollops on this, or try to, because I didn't get that much out that I thought I was going to. And I've got some slices of, I don't know, oranges and limes that are melt and pour. And I did a couple different shades so that each bar is a little different, and I didn't want them to be like neon, so that they would pop a little bit and be a little bit different. Then I've got a couple neon glitters over here to the side that we're gonna stick on there as well. Oh, and then on the other side of the room that I forgot to bring over, I have some yellow soap shreds. Look, I can't even pipe on this. It's still so fluid. Okay, let's wait. I think I'm gonna try to continue with the rest of my design on here. That way I know where to pipe, because I'm gonna put these little slices on the side. So these slices I did in like a white melt and pour, which the color isn't as vibrant. And for aesthetics, that didn't go well. That should be next to whatever. They're giving me vibes of, what is it? Cucumber melon. And I'm just sitting here thinking about the 90s, because as I was waiting for this batter to thicken up for me to put the sculpted layer in it, I was watching TikTok, because, you know, what else am I going to do? Totally do other things. That'd be so productive. But, you know, I was just watching TikTok, and there was this video that came up all about like growing up in the 90s, and they had like Backstreet Boys and Are You Afraid of the Dark, and like all the awesome things that we got in the 90s. Like I wouldn't have it any other way. I loved growing up in the 90s. It was great. And so when I got done watching that and getting back to the soap, I was like, this soap is giving me 90s vibes now. Like that neon windbreakers and the abstract shaped patterns and the splatters. Like this soap is just 90s for me right here. And now that I added these on top, I'm like, yeah, cucumber melon was a scent of my childhood and teenage years for sure. I miss the 90s. Back when cell phones weren't as advanced. And I mean, I'm hooked on the cell phone now, but just back then, it's like kids will never know how great it was to grow up in the 90s and have like dial-up internet and chat rooms. I can't believe I just did that. Bit the dust there. It was just a different way of growing up. It really was. Okay, I'm gonna continue to get all these little slices on here very, very gently. And then I'll do my piping, and then I'll add my glitter and my shreds. And we are gonna let this sit for 24 hours before I come back and cut it, and I'll show you guys what the inside looks like. I'm not paying attention about the order on these, and it doesn't really matter. It's all gonna get cut up and not matter in the end. But it's the aesthetic of it. Alright, last one. What are we gonna put on there? Let's do this one. Favorite part of the 90s, go. Tell me what your favorite part of the 90s was. I miss Skateland. I was really big into rollerblading. I don't feel like kids do that anymore. And like ice cream trucks and Spice Girls. Yeah, I miss the 90s. Let's see if I can get a dollop for each one of these bars with a tiny little bit of icing that I have here. It's fine. Favorite boy band was Backstreet Boys. It was not Backstreet Boys. Wow. That just came out of my mouth. Not Backstreet Boys. NSYNC. I never listened to Backstreet Boys. My best friend at the time loved Backstreet Boys, and I was like, nope, NSYNC. I was all about Justin Timberlake. I was T Timberlake. That is what I called myself. I was convinced that when I grew up, I was going to marry Justin Timberlake. Yeah, that didn't happen. I mean, I'm not into him anymore. I don't know why I liked him so much back then. Now I look at him like, not my style. But it was cute. Oh boy. Alright, let's just finish this up and bring you guys back when I go to cut it. Alright, it's time to cut this, and I am in love with this soap. I don't do neons very often, and so I just think it's so much fun. Look, this is the inside. Look at all that craziness on there. I love all the colors. I love the swirls, the sculpted layer, the shreds. I've been feeling the shreds lately. I think I've done like most of the soaps that I've released so far this year, which is not a lot, but I mean the ones that I've done, the handful or so, they've had shreds in them just about. That turned out so cool. So I'm definitely digging the shreds right now. I think I should take a break from doing so. When I got done making this, I had to do some like house chores, and I put on, I think it was Spotify, had like a 90s vibe, like top hits or jams. You know, the jams. That's a great word. You gotta use that word. 90s jams is what I put on when I was doing my chores, and yeah, I'm on a 90s kick now. And then I was taking pictures of the top of this, and for some reason I was getting like Taco Bell vibes. I don't know why, but that's what I was getting. It's like Taco Bell for some reason reminds me of the 90s too. Oh, my embeds aren't lined up very well, so look at this. I'm gonna turn it around, we're gonna fix it this way. The other loaf, yes, I did cut it. I lined the embeds up perfectly. I don't know what happened. I remember back in the day when fast food chains used to have the coolest toys in their Happy Meals, and if you, as an adult, you could just like buy collectible merchandise that like a movie would come out. Lord of the Rings, I still have all the light up goblets. I remember those. They were just, the toys were so much cooler back then. Fast food was so much cooler back then. Now I don't even eat fast food, so I'm kind of glad that these things don't exist anymore, because I don't need an excuse to eat fast food. Not that there's like much of it around me now. I think the closest one is Taco Bell, and I don't think I want to eat Taco Bell. It does not look or sound appealing to me. I've heard things, but I would definitely get sick if I tried to eat it because it's been so long. Bradley and I have just cut out fast food like years and years ago we did. Anyway, done with my 90s talk here. I don't even know what to call this soap. I'm really gonna have to think about it. But if you wanna purchase it, it will be available on February 25th. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you are new and haven't done so already, think about subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, talk to me people. Leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you have a very nice day. And I will smell you later.